जी हाँ मैं हूँ।
जी, okay. Okay, uh, so it's my pleasure and great pleasure and privilege to welcome you all here on this virtual webinar on intellectual property rights in association with Dr. Vitthal Rao Vikhe Patil, College of Engineering Ahmednagar and Ahmednagar Auto and Engineering Association Ahmednagar. Vivek Singh ji, this is a very renowned college, engineering college in this North Maharashtra, and this is the very oldest, in in the state of Maharashtra. The very of its first kind when these private colleges were introduced in 1981-82. So, Dr. Vitthal Rao Vikhe Patil College of Engineering. And today we have with us as an academia and industry collaboration, we have Ahmednagar Auto and Engineering Cluster. So we have Mr. BKM Bingare, Chairman Auto and Engineering Cluster, and Micro Small Enterprises from Ahmednagar Industrial MIDC Ahmednagar. We have with us Professor Dr. Uday Naik, Principal Dr. Vitthal Rao Vikhe Patil College of Engineering Ahmednagar. Also HOD is Dr. Kishore Kale. And today, Director MSME Mumbai, uh, he has to attend urgent meeting, so he is not available with us today. Anyways, I am also going to join Mr. Goke, Director MSME Mumbai, in a short while. So please excuse me after introduction. And then further proceedings, I request Mr. Kishore Kale to take care, and my colleague Mr. Adesh and Mr. D.R. Johri will be here throughout the program. I'll try to join you at the end. If not, please conclude this program with the vote of thanks from your side, Mr. Kishore Kale. Okay. Anyways, once again, I take this opportunity to welcome all the participants, and on behalf of all the participants and MSMEDI Mumbai, I take this opportunity to welcome faculty Sri Vivek Singh ji, and to introduce Vivek Singh ji. Um, Vivek Singh ji, IP attorney and head IP prosecution practice, Sagacious IP, New Delhi. Vivek Singh ji is an experienced IP attorney and patent agent with technical, legal and business background. He has diverse knowledge and work experience of the domains like IP strategy, prosecution, enforcement, IP public policy, and government affairs along with R&D and product development. And he has also served as Deputy Director IPR FICCI. His area of work at FICCI include engagement with government and industry stakeholders on IP policy related matters. He has also worked with Ranbaxy Laboratories as a manager in the house IP team and IP law firms. So, and he has a very entrepreneurial background. He has his entrepreneurial stint and being a founder of a startup which was acquired by 1MG. So uh, I think you have today with us not only a IP attorney, the domain expert, but entrepreneur who can, very well interact with you, who can understand your problems. And he has been, with us for last 5, 6 programs. And I requested him to be, to be with MSMEDI Mumbai for my all the IP programs, because we found him very very not only domain as far as his domain expertise is concerned, but he is very lively throughout the program. He take you through all the IPs from basic overview of the IPs to the basics of the IPs, and he take you all along your understanding to certain level. So I am very much confident it is going to be very interactive for another for coming 2 hours. So Vivek Singh ji, on behalf of MSMEDI Mumbai and all the participants and all on behalf of organizers, I welcome you. Let me tell you, participants, we are policymakers. We are framing strategies for MSMEs, and in coordination with state industrial policy, we monitor and we sponsor many of the central government policies. And see, our mandate is to address the issues and challenges, constraints of MSMEs as far as their capacity building is concerned, their technology upgradation, their marketing development strategies, marketing development assistance related schemes, strengthening their association. So this is a mandate of our ministry. So we have a scheme even to deal with IP. IP is if you acquire any of the IP like patent, industrial design, or trademark, or geographical indication, we have a reimbursement scheme, and I will let you know when I am coming to Ahmednagar on 8. Okay. Anyways, to take this program forward, I request Kishore Kaleji to take care of further proceedings of the program. And Vivek Singh ji, please excuse me, I have to accompany Director MSME DI Mumbai for one of the meeting. Mr. DR Johri, Assistant Director, and Mr. Adesh will be here. Okay, so I wish you all the best and rest of the things. Over to you, Sri Kishore Kaleji. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah. Welcome to today's webinar on intellectual property rights (IPR) by renowned speaker Mr. Vivek Singh, organized by MSME Development Institute Mumbai and Ministry of MSME Government of India in association with Dr. Vithalrao Vikhe Patil College of Engineering, Ahmednagar, and Ahmednagar Auto and Engineering Association, Ahmednagar. I propose Professor Kishore Kale, Head Department of Mechanical Engineering, welcomes today's speaker, Honorable Mr. Vivek Singh ji, and Honorable Abhay Daktarda, Director, MSME Development Institute, Mumbai, Honorable Professor Sunil Kalapure, Deputy Director, Dr. Vithalrao Vikhe Patil Foundation, Ahmednagar, Honorable Professor Dr. U.P. Naik, Principal, Dr. Vithalrao Vikhe Patil College of Engineering, Ahmednagar, Honorable Sri Jahagirdar Sir, Ahmednagar Auto and Engineering Association, Ahmednagar, and all the participants from across the state. So I once again welcome today's speaker, Mr. Vivek Singh ji, and request him to take over the charge. Over to you, Sir, Mr. Vivek Singh ji.
Thank you, Kishore Kaleji, and thank you, Abhay for inviting me and for organizing this session. And hello and good afternoon, everyone. So I can see there are around 55 participants. Before I will start, let me first ask a question: which language I should use? I should use English, or I should use Hindi, or I can use a mix of both. So just type in the chat box either E for English, H for Hindi, or B for both. Accordingly, I will use the language onwards. Both English, both, okay, both, okay. Okay, so most of you are requesting for both. Okay, all right. So what I will do, I will use a general mix of both Hindi plus English to make it more convenient for you to understand. All right. So how many of you, if some of the participants have applied for any sort of intellectual property, or maybe if you have any sort of intellectual property granted in your name? So out of like 51 participants, if some of you might be in the process of application, or maybe you already have got the patent or trademark granted in your name, or maybe in your organization's name. So go just type in the chat box if you have applied for any sort of IP rights granted or in the process. I just want to have an idea. Okay. So आप लोगों में से किसी ने कोई भी intellectual property को apply नहीं किया है? I am assuming them. No. Okay. Okay. I can see at least one answer. No. Okay. All right. All right. So, okay. So I have to then talk about more on the basic side. Sir, I have two starters. Okay. Rahul ji, but if they have applied for any sort of IP rights, either patent, trademark, design, or copyright. Okay. Okay. All right. So I can't see any. Not yet. Okay. So I can't see any answer on the yes side. So I'm assuming like most of you are not aware about the technical side or the practical side of IP. So therefore, I will be taking this session from a point of view like most of you are not aware about IP. So I will spend more time on the basic side rather than on the technical and practical side. All right. So let's start with one simple question. And most of the time, I correlate intellectual property with property. So, what is your understanding about property? आप लोगों property word से क्या समझ में आता है आपको? What does it mean by property? So I will take this session in a way. First, for around 15-20 minutes, I will compare IP with intellectual property with normal property. Then for around half an hour, I'll be talking about timelines, process, and everything. And then for rest half an hour, we can interact, or maybe I can answer the queries which you will have. So first, we have to talk about the basics, wherein I'll be comparing intellectual property with property. And from that point of view, I am asking for what is your understanding about property? आप लोग property word से क्या समझते हो?
Something that belongs to the particular person.
Okay, okay, that's one thing. Okay, any more answers? Property, normal property से आपका क्या understanding है? Property is a common thing. Like property mean to say house, plot, your jewelry, mobile, car, motorcycle. All these are types of property. तो प्रॉपर्टी से क्या मतलब निकल के आ रहा है वो समझना जरूरी है आपको. Then you will be able to correlate property with intellectual property. Speciality of that thing. Okay. More on. So I will keep this session interactive. I will not make it just monotonous wherein I will be just talking about what I have to share. I will interact so that you will be able to get the gist of it. Otherwise, there is no point in talking all the technical things. Things owned by us. Okay. So देखिए सबसे पहले जो the very fundamental or the basic thing when we call about anything as a property is that it should have some value associated with it. तो उसका कुछ commercial value होना चाहिए. Then the context is set to call that thing as a property. Simple है. If you can consider house, jewelry or gold or mobile phone or car or anything, which are the types of physical properties or the property you can say, all these things have some value associated with these. इनके पास साथ में कुछ commercial value है. तो सबसे प्राइमरी और फंडामेंटल चीज है प्रॉपर्टी. आप उसी चीज को बोलोगे जिसमें कुछ वैल्यू है. All right. Then I will ask a second question, and that is, who can be the owner or who can generate the property? Property को कौन generate कर सकता है? I am not talking about intellectual property. I am talking about property only. And when you will have answers related to property, I will then correlate with intellectual property. So let's first talk about property only. So पहला question था कि what is your understanding about property? For that we got an answer. Like anything which has some value associated with it can be considered as a property. Then second question I am asking is that who can generate property or who can be the owner of property? Guys, you have to interact with me. I am asking very simple questions.
Yes,
So
sir.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, please.
who have all rights of that property, so that person is the owner of that property.
Okay, okay. मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कौन हो सकता है, who can be the owner of property or who can generate property. Property को कौन बना सकता है? Okay, okay, okay. So maybe you are not able to get the question. So simple answer is anyone can generate or own property. And all the 53 participants who are here, we all own either one type of or the other type of property. Either we have house, plot, maybe we are the owner of a lot of jewelry, cash, gold. We are the owner of car, motorcycle, artifacts, a lot of things. So answer is anyone can generate or can be the owner of property. In the case of intellectual property, who can generate intellectual property? The answer will remain the same. Intellectual property can also be generated by anything, anyone. And intellectual property is having the same definition. It has a value associated with it, but there are two clauses. Number one is it cannot be touched and experienced by your hands. ये हाथ से आप टच और फील नहीं कर सकते. It's a virtual sort of property. Plus, it is a creation of human mind. Physical property, घर बनाने के लिए आपको इंटेलेक्ट की जरूरत नहीं है. It's a you can touch and feel it, or it's a output of human labor, you can say, human efforts. But intellectual property के केस में who can generate? Anyone can generate. Plus, it has some value associated with it. Plus, it is virtual in nature and it is the creation of human mind. So now I have started comparing property with intellectual property, and we got answers to two questions. Number one was what is correlation between property and intellectual property. Second was who can be the owner or creator of property as well as intellectual property. Now, the third question is which are the types of intellectual property? Intellectual property के types क्या है? वो maybe if you are aware about, you have to, maybe you can unmute yourself, you can say, or maybe you can type in the chat box. And don't think like if you will give a wrong answer, it will give any negative impression about you. I know like it's a basic awareness session, but I'm trying to make it interactive so that the things which I will share with you will be just kept, or you will retain, you will be able to retain that thing. Otherwise, if I will be talking monotonous, you will not be able to retain the things.
So, sir, intellectual properties are like patents, copyrights, or trademarks, like that.
Okay. Yes, yes. Thanks, Rahul. Anyone else who want to answer? Okay. So, like there are different types of properties like real estate, house, plot, then the cash, gold, jewelry is the another category, plus car, motorcycle can be in the other category, plus artifacts and photographs, all that stuff can be in the another category. So these are the types of physical properties. In case of intellectual property types, there are primarily 6 types of intellectual property: patent, trademark, design, copyright, trade secret, and geographical indication. Rest 5 except geographical indication are industrial intellectual properties, and geographical indications mean non-industrial intellectual property. So let's first talk about briefly about the geographical indication, and then we will talk about rest 5. So if you have heard about the term geographical indication, or maybe you can, if you can share some of the examples of geographical indication. So geographical indication is a part of intellectual property, but this is coming under the non-industrial type of intellectual property. So आपकी कुछ understanding है geographical indication को लेके? Maybe you can give some examples, quote some examples. Okay, okay. So let me give you examples. So Darjeeling tea, Alfonso mango, Basmati rice, Tirupati laddu, Pashmina shawl, Nagpur orange. So there are around 350 products which are registered or or recognized as the geographical indication in India. 350 products को geographical indication की recognition दी गई है in India, and out of these 350, around 40-45 are coming from Maharashtra only. So it's a very unique thing, and Nasik. So there are a lot of around 30-40 products which are from Maharashtra. So maybe if any one of you is interested, you can just type in the Google list of geographical indication. So you will get a list where you will get all the 360 products recognized as GI, and then you can identify which products are coming from Maharashtra. And maybe if you are keen, you can be authorized user and make these things available in the market. Maybe offline or maybe online. So that's one thing. Now coming to the main part, and that is the industrial intellectual property. In that, 5 things are common: patent, trademark, design, copyright, and trade secret. So let's first talk about trade secret. So I'm going in the reverse direction, wherein the things which are in which I will not be spending much time, I'm covering first, and then things which will be given more time will be covered at a later point of time, or maybe at the last. So we have covered geographical indication. We got some examples. Now let's talk about trade secret. So if any one of you can share the examples of trade secrets. Trade secrets नाम सुना है कभी? Maybe you can quote some examples. Guys, I hope I am not talking to a screen. I am talking with the audience. So आप लोग answer नहीं करोगे, so it will not be interactive session. Trademark symbol. I am talking about trade secret. Trade secret. What is a trade secret? के example बता दो. अभी कभी आपने सुना हो कभी? Okay. So trade secret के examples are like Coca-Cola formula, process of making Coca-Cola formula, KFC spices and its processing, formula of Ruah Afza, and there are many other trade secrets. Maggi masala, okay, maybe. So anything, any composition, any formula or any process which you cannot reverse engineer, or you cannot identify what are the compositions, what is the ratio by doing the reverse engineering. वो सारी चीजें can be considered as trade secret. इसका मतलब क्या है कि for example, let's take the example of Coca-Cola. So there is no process. If you have Coca-Cola in front of you, there is no way in which you can identify which are the ingredients which are there. Maybe you can identify 1 or 2, but not all the ingredients. Plus, you will not be able to identify the ratio in which these ingredients are used in that composition of Coca-Cola. And that's why Coca-Cola is one of the greatest trade secret. No one is aware about what they are using, in what ratio they are using, and how they are making that composition. And that's why it is a best kept trade secret. Similarly, KFC is another example. So in KFC, they are using spices. No one knows which are the spices, in which ratio they are using, what process they are following to prepare or process the chicken. Similarly, no one is able to understand the composition of Ruah Afza, what ingredients they are using, how they are making, what process they are following to prepare the Ruah Afza sherbet. And that's why these are trade secrets. So if you have anything similar to this, you can consider, or you can try to keep that thing as a trade secret. All right. So we have covered 2 IPs, geographical indication and trade secret. Now remaining are the 4: patent, trademark, design, and copyright. So let me ask you again a question. You all are, like, most of you are either the MSME owners, business owners, or engineering students. So let's take a hypothetical example wherein, let's say, you are an engineering student and you have created a machine. Let's say you have made a machine which is doing, let's say, that is capable of making water from the normal air. So it is taking air, isolating the water or humidity out of it and converting that into water, which is drinkable. So if you have made that machine, what sort of IP or what type of intellectual property will be covering what? So any idea उस मशीन में क्या चीज आप पेटेंट कराओगे, क्या चीज आप ट्रेडमार्क कराओगे, क्या चीज आप कॉपीराइट कराओगे और क्या चीज आप डिजाइन कराओगे? Just think about it. I will give a pause for 10-15 seconds wherein I am giving you a homework or a question and you have to think about it. I got one answer. That's good. Patent for instrument and machine, copyright for process. Okay. Thanks, Vaibhav. Your efforts are really good, and you at least tried to answer. Thank you. So I will repeat my question again. You have made a machine. Now you are going for intellectual property protection. So machine will be working in a way, machine may have a name, machine may have a software, machine may have a shape. So what type of intellectual property you will file for to cover what aspect? Trademark for logo. So I will pause for a few seconds. आप सोचिए कि आपने एक मशीन बनाई है, उस मशीन में आपको क्या-क्या IP मिल सकता है? Just think about it. I will pause for 10-15 seconds. And will be waiting to get your answers. Better would be if you can just unmute yourself, come on the video and tell. But if you are not comfortable, you can type it in the chat box also. So I'll wait to hear from you for 10-15 seconds. Design of machine, okay. Guys, think about it. Galat answer karoge, so there is no issue in doing that. But not answering or not thinking about it is an issue. Okay. Okay, so let me tell you. So let's say you have made a machine which is capable of generating water from air. So that machine will work in a way. That machine, the functioning of machine, how that machine is functioning, what are the instruments used therein, how they are working, and how overall machine is functioning. If you want to protect that aspect, you have to file a patent application to protect the functionality or the functioning of the machine. कोई machine काम कैसे करती है? आप अगर वो machine part arrangement, okay. So कोई भी machine, let's say if you have made a very innovative room heater, so that how that room heater is working, and you want to protect that, you have to file a patent application. And because most of you are engineering students, so this thing you have to keep in mind. If you have made a machine, you have invented a machine, and you want to protect that machine, how that machine is functioning, then you have to file a patent application. That's one thing. If you have given a name to that machine, let's say water generator machine, so you have given it a name, Aero Water. Aero means air and water. Aero Aqua. That name should be protected or should be registered as a trademark. Aero Aqua. I'm just giving the example. I'm not saying that name is registrable or not. I'm just giving you example. So the functioning part of the machine you have filed as a patent application. You have protected that. The name you have given a name to that machine, Aero Aqua. For that you have to file a trademark application. Now that machine will have a shape, a unique shape, which is not available in the market before your machine is launched. So you have a very unique shape of that machine. So shape of that machine can be protected by a filing design application. So any machine, let's say you have made a very innovative glass or maybe a bottle. In bottle normally we have the cap and the opening at the center. But if you have made a bottle wherein the opening is at one side of it, So it's a bottle which is not generally available. You have done some changes in that bottle. So you can protect the bottle, the shape of that bottle, by filing a design application. Similarly, for this machine, if it has a unique shape, you have to file design application. Then if that machine is using some software, some codes, some algorithms, some AI, the codes or the database or the data which is working in the background, you can get that protected, the code or source code, via filing copyright applications. Maybe if that instrument is using some animation, some music, that thing you can file as a protect as a copyright application. All right, so you might have got a clarity about it. What thing will be protected under what? Just give me a second. So you might have got a clarity about it. In a machine, there are different components, and to protect that component, you have to file different type of IP applications. For patent, the functionality under patent, the name, the trade name under the trademark, the logo or the any unique name under as a trademark, shape, the configuration or shape as a design, and if there is any software, any animation, any music, any video is involved, as a copyright. All right. So now let me ask you another question. And that question is, if let's say you have developed an app, a mobile app. So these days it's time of mobile applications. And you have, let's say 3-4 students have built an app, mobile app. And now you want to protect that app so that no one else can copy your app, replicate that app. What thing or what part of that app will be protected under which type of IP? Just try to answer it. So I have given you an example of a water generator machine, wherein 4 types of IPs you have filed to protect one particular component. Now, in the case of mobile app, you have built a very innovative app, and you have launched it in the Android or Apple store. So before doing that, what aspect you will be protecting under which type of app? So I got one answer. Source code will be protected under copyright. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, and the second thing is our logo.
Logo as?
Sir, I didn't have any idea about that.
Okay, okay. All right, thank you. More answers? Simple है, आप सोच नहीं रहे हो फिर, बहुत simple है. I have given you logo under trademark. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So let me give you the example. For that, let me share my main function. Okay. ये मेरी स्लाइड विजिबल है क्या? मेरी स्लाइड से आप लोगों को दिख रही है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's take the example of Amazon website or app. And similarly, you have created a website, or maybe you have built a mobile application and you want to protect different aspects of it. So what you can do? First of all, it will have a graphical user interface, the app or website. So that graphical user interface or design you can protect via filing either copyright application or design application. Then this brand or that logo, that app will have a brand name or app name, you can say. Maybe it will have a logo, maybe it will have a slogan. For example, slogan mean to say ye dil mange more, haar ke aage jeet hai, or there are different slogans, or it will have an icon. So all these things you can protect via filing trademark application in class 9, 38 and 42. Plus you can also file copyright application. Plus there might be an algorithm or a software that is if implemented in a hardware or in an operating system, it means hardware, and you are getting a better output of that hardware, so then you can file a patent application also. Then that app will be using some source code, original image of the app, music, word, script, animation. All these things can be protected as copyright. All right, so this was the sharing. So I hope you have a fair idea about what aspect you have to try to protect under different types of IP rights. So we have covered the 4 components, and that is what intellectual property is, who can generate and be the owner of intellectual property, what are the types of intellectual property. Three questions we have answered to 3 questions we have got. Now the 4th and most important question is, what are the benefits of protecting intellectual property? And to understand that, let's first try to understand what are the benefits of protecting property. तो अगर आपने कोई प्रॉपर्टी है आपके पास, लेट्स से आपने कोई घर खरीदा है, उसको आप रजिस्टर करवाने जाते हो, रजिस्ट्री करवाने जाते हो बिफोर द गवर्नमेंट, क्यों करवाते हो? व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट ऑफ डूइंग द रजिस्ट्री ऑफ योर हाउस? एंड यू स्पेंड lakhs of rupees in getting the registry done. तो what are the benefits? क्यों कराते हो? क्या फायदा है? आप ऐसे तो नहीं जाके 6-7 लाख रुपए खर्च कर दोगे if you have purchased a house of a sale value of 1 CR. तो आपको उसमें 7 से 8 लाख रुपए लगेगा रजिस्ट्री करवाने में. सो व्हाई यू स्पेंड दैट मच मनी? क्या फायदा होता है? सेफ्टी. ओके 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 ऑलराइट, आई हैव वन आंसर ऑन सेफ्टी. सोचो भाई, सोचो. अगर आप इफ यू नॉट थिंक, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी. आप इस सेशन के बाद में फिर वहीं पे रह जाएगा सारा कुछ. ओनरशिप.
It's like when after our design, if we wanted to sell our product or do things like that, then we have to do that patent.
Okay. Ownership, market entry. It can generate income for your business through licensing and sale. Okay. मेरा सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, आप प्रॉपर्टी का रजिस्ट्रेशन क्यों करवाते हो? आप प्रॉपर्टी खरीदते हो, उसकी रजिस्ट्री क्यों करवाते हो? क्या चीज आपको मिलती है वो करवा के? क्या आप लाखों रुपए खर्च कर देते हो अपनी प्रॉपर्टी को रजिस्टर करवाने के लिए? कुछ तो फायदा होता होगा, कुछ तो बेनिफिट मिलता होगा, तभी लोग अपनी प्रॉपर्टी को रजिस्टर करवाते हैं. अगर फायदा नहीं होता तो लोग नहीं करवाते. मे बी अगर आप किसी ने घर खरीदा होगा रिसेंटली या कुछ सालों पहले, तो उसकी रजिस्ट्री जरूर करवाई होगी. क्यों करवाई थी? उससे क्या फायदा मिलेगा आपको? जस्ट थिंक अबाउट इट. रजिस्टर्ड टू सिस्टम. ओके, देखिए मैं आपके थॉट्स को प्रोवोक कर रहा हूँ, बहुत बेसिक चीज है. अदरवाइज ये आईपी ज्यादातर सेशन जैसे होते हैं, व्हाट हैपेंड इन ऑल दो सेशन, अटर्नीज आते हैं, एक्सपर्ट्स आते हैं, एंड दे कीप ऑन टेलिंग दिस इज द you do intellectual property, this is the time, this is the time frame, this is the process, but you will not be able to get all that stuff unless you will be aware about the basics, number 1, plus the benefits of doing that. So मैं आपको वो thoughts provoke कर रहा हूँ आपके, कि आप लोग कुछ सोचो कि क्यों कराते हैं ऐसा, and I'm correlating with very very simple examples. Okay, registered to system. Okay, all right. So देखो, जब आप प्रॉपर्टी को रजिस्टर करवाते हो, अपनी प्रॉपर्टी आपने खरीदी, लेट्स से मुंबई में आपने घर खरीदा 1 करोड़ रुपए का, तो मुंबई में रजिस्ट्री चार्जेस होते हैं अराउंड 5 to 8% ऑफ द सेल वैल्यू. सो 1 CR का आपने घर खरीदा है, सो 5 से 8 लाख रुपए आपको रजिस्ट्री में लगेंगे. तो लेट्स से 8 लाख रुपए आपको लगेंगे, बट आप जब रजिस्ट्री करवा लोगे तो उससे क्या होगा? सबसे पहली बात, यू विल हैव अ प्रूफ ऑफ ओनरशिप. आपको सरकार ने एक ठप्पा लगा के रजिस्ट्री सर्टिफिकेट दिया. इसका मतलब ये है कि अब आप इसके ऑथराइज्ड ओनर हो. यू आर दी ऑथराइज्ड यूजर और ओनर ऑफ दैट प्रॉपर्टी. कोई डिस्प्यूट नहीं है कि वो किसी और की ओनरशिप होगी, तभी आपको सरकार ने रजिस्ट्री करके दी. तो सबसे पहला क्या फायदा हो गया? यू हैव अ प्रूफ ऑफ ओनरशिप, नंबर 1. नंबर 2, the value of registered properties get increased. So let's say if you are going to purchase a house and there are 2 houses nearby, one is registered and the other one is not registered. And the unregistered one is quoting a cost of 1.2 CR, the unregistered one, and the registered one is quoting a price of 1.5 CR. Which one you will prefer to purchase? Of course, which will have the registry, because there is no dispute in the ownership. And that's why you have the registry of your house, then its valuation will increase. Benefit number 2. Plus, if someone will just enter into your house in an unauthorized way, will capture or seize the property and will throw out you and will say like, I am the owner, I will stay here. Then you can approach court and police and ask for their help, and they will come in your support. They will throw that person out because you have that registry in your name. There is no dispute about the ownership. Benefit number 3. And there are multiple other benefits, but primarily these are 3-4 benefits which are associated when you register the property. Now, because we are talking about intellectual property, and I said like both are same, so in a similar way, all these benefits are available if you register your intellectual property. So in case you have invented a machine, you have a brand name which is registered in your name, and someone else is using that brand name or that invention, then first of all, you can approach court and ask the court like, this person is using my invention, my brand, I am the authorized user, authorized owner of this invention or brand, so stop that person. So court will pass the order and stop that person. Plus, your technology will have a higher value because you have a patent rights filed for it. You have applied design and copyrights also. So these are the benefits of registering intellectual property. Alright, so we have covered all the 4 questions. We have covered the understanding of the IP, types of IP, who can generate or own intellectual property, and what are the benefits of registering intellectual property. Now, the first session, the first part is over. The basics and the technical part is over. Now let's move on to the next part, and that is the timelines and process associated with, requirements associated to get your IP rights registered. Till this point, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. कोई क्वेश्चन है अभी अगर आपके पास में तो आप वो पूछ सकते हो, अदरवाइज लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट. ओके, ऑल राइट. स्क्रीन दिखने लग गई मेरी आप लोगों को? 12 सेकंड. कोई कंफर्म करेंगे क्या?
यस सर, दिख रहे हैं.
So registration criteria and duration of protection. Let's first talk about patent. So in order to get your patent granted in your name, so there are 4 requirements, and these are called as novelty, inventive step, usefulness. Plus the 4th and most important criteria is that after, if you are meeting all the 3 requirements, then it should also be a non-patentable subject matter. If it is a non-patentable subject matter, even if it is qualifying the rest of the 3 criteria, the patent cannot be granted. And there are certain things which are described in section 3 of Patent Act, which are considered as non-patentable. So if your invention is falling in that bracket, it will not be patented. If you get the patent, the duration of patent protection will be for 20 years, starting from the date filing till 20 years. So from the date of filing till 20 years will be the validity of your patent. For trademark, the simple requirement is that it should have a unique and distinctive name. And if your name is unique and distinctive, you can get that name registered as trademark, and the duration will be till you wish. Every 10 years you have to get it renewed. In case of patent, 20 years के बाद आप renew नहीं करवा सकते हो, but in case of trademark, you can get it renewed till you wish, but every 10 years you have to get it renewed. Copyright, the requirement is it should be original and creative, and lifetime, the duration will be lifetime of the author plus 60 years. In case of design, there is one requirement, and that is it should be novel, and if it is registered, it will be protected for 10 plus 5 years, total 15 years. GI is very similar to trademark. It will be registered till you wish, but every 10 years you have to get it renewed. Trade secret, till the time it is a secret, you can keep it as a trade secret. There are a lot of schemes and incentives and benefits provided by Government of India, a lot of initiatives which have been started by Government of India in last 3-4 years. These are some of the schemes wherein people from MSME, from startup can avail all those benefits. And I'll not be talking in detail about all those schemes, but just to give you a brief, like there is a scheme under Ministry of MSME. So under that scheme, if you file your patent application and you can, if you get the grant, you can get up to 10,000 rupee as reimbursement in case of trademark. In case of Indian patent, you can get up to 1 lakh rupee. And in case a foreign patent is granted, you can get up to 5 lakh rupee reimbursed from the Government of India. There are other schemes also, but I think talking about the MSME scheme is sufficient for now. Brand, like I said, having a brand name, which is so let me explain this thing. I don't know it's useful for you or not, but if you want to go for a trademark selection for your business, for your product, or for your startup, so always choose a brand name, a name which is unique and distinctive, which is fanciful and quaint. In literal meaning, it should not have a dictionary meaning. So ऐसे innovative words को आप choose करिए जिनका कोई dictionary meaning ना हो. आप example ले लीजिए, Kodak, Sony, all these names, Epson, LG, Whirlpool. So all these names don't have any dictionary meaning. So always choose such a name which does not have a dictionary meaning. If you are choosing a name which has a dictionary meaning, then it should not have a correlation with the product or services you are selling under that name. Example is Apple. So Apple has a dictionary meaning. It's a fruit, seb, we call it in Hindi. But the product which they are selling is the computer and mobile phone under that name. And Apple and computer and mobile phones does not have a correlation, and that's why it is a good brand name, although falling in the second grade. Third grade marks, or the third category marks, are called as suggestive marks, which are indicating the product or services which are sold under that name. Example is Burger King or Netflix. So by looking at that name, you get a sense of what is being sold there. Fourth category marks are called as descriptive marks. That name is describing what the product or services they are selling under that name. And the worst grade trademarks are called as generic marks. So the generic names, Gupta Brothers, Mehta Brothers, Singh Chicken, all of any such name, Agrawal Sweet House, all such names are called as generic names. So if you are setting up a business, always choose a name which is fanciful and quaint, which does not have a dictionary meaning in nutshell. If you file the trademark application, you put it a TM as a superscript above that name. When it is registered, you can put just R encircled. It means it is registered now. Industrial design, like I said, the ornamental or aesthetic aspect of a product can be protected as design. The shape, configuration, pattern, ornamental, color, lines, all that thing can be protected as design. It can be a 2-dimensional thing or 3-dimensional thing. So, and these are some of the examples. For example, the chocolate shape, the suitcase shape, the shape of slipper, plus a pattern printed on a crockery. So all these things can be protected as design. This thing I have already explained, and these are my contact details. If you want to note it down, you can note it down. I will share it in the chat box also. So briefly, this is what I wanted to share quickly. Although usually it takes around 1.5 hours, but I think because it was a monotonous discussion wherein I was not getting much answers from your side, so I have finished it in 1 hour. So this is one part I have finished. Now let's, if you have any question till this point, you can ask, or maybe then we can move on to some of the practical aspect if there is an interest. So any question till this point, if you have regarding patent, trademark, design, or maybe if you have applied for any patent, design, or copyright, or you have any query regarding that, you can raise that query.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes, Vishal, please tell.
Yeah, it was a nice presentation. Actually, we learned a lot. I have one question. Actually, I am a product design student, masters in product design.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some theoretical like sketches, okay, which I intend to create a product in future.
Okay.
So can I go ahead and like establish a patent for only my sketches? In future, I would produce them. So I will procure another patent for that product separately. Can it be done like that?
Okay, let me see. Let me tell. So if you have made any technology or you have made or built a concept, there are two ways. If the concept or that the overall invention or technology has taken a shape, you have finalized that. So you can file a complete application around it. There are two types of patent application. One is provisional patent and the other one is complete patent application. So if the idea is still not clear, or if the idea is not yet explored, in that case, you can file a provisional patent application. Then you will have 1 year's time to finalize that. Maybe to do some experimentation, to build it further. And once you will build it further, then within 1 year, you have to file the complete application. So this is the thing which you can do. All right. So if the invention is not yet finalized, if it's in the designing stage or in the prototyping stage, you can just file a broad provisional application. Then within 1 year, you have to do experimentation and convert that provisional into the complete one. All right. So I hope your query is answered.
Yes, sir. Yes. Actually, these are like college projects, right? College design projects are there. So we can't explore entire thing. So we get only time to execute the theoretical purpose. Like
But
any
again,
theory process which is complete and which has a scope in future. So
okay.
that's why
The problem is if you will complete that project, maybe it will be published also because you will submit a thesis around it. Then in that case, once it is published in the form of any journal or in the form of any thesis dissertation, then you will not be able to apply for a patent at a later point of time, neither you nor the college. So at this point of time, what I advise the college, the student, like there should be a cell, IP cell sort of thing within the college, within the university, and that application can be filed when the college or university will afford the cost. And you can be the inventor, or maybe you can be the applicant also. And then after filing the provisional application, then you can set up further R&D, do further R&D, and then convert that provisional into the complete. Because if you will not do it now and you will publish any article, maybe you will put any it in your dissertation, your thesis, project work, then at a later point of time, it's just gone. It will not be available for patent protection.
okay, sir. Okay, got it. So it also applies for the events and all, right? Competition and events. There also they will publicize the product. So that will also be not applicable for patent, right?
Correct. So simple thing is, if any technology, any invention is published or is available, made available in the public space, it could be a YouTube channel, it could be a journal, it could be your Facebook page, it could be anything. If it is published, if it is disclosed, then the patent protection will not be available. So you have to file a patent application before doing any disclosure to the public.
Okay, sir. And any fee regarding patents, like initial patent, like for us students actually, we are not still earning.
Okay, so there will be commercials involved. So there will be official fee which Government of India charges. Although for individual inventors the fee is very low, but still there is a fee. Plus there will be a fee wherein the expert, the patent will charge you because he will draft and file the application on your behalf. So there will be commercials which ideally you should not afford. either your college or university should afford that.
Could you make some range? What is the range actually for individual patents?
So for patent, a good quality patent, I will say the official fee is 1600 for individual inventor, for natural person, and drafting and filing fee for the professional fee or the agent fee will be somewhere in the range of, it can be as low as 25,000 and it can go as high as 50,000, because it will take a week or maybe 2 weeks time to draft, and before filing the application there is a process called prior art search, patentability search, wherein your invention will be covered, will be compared with the patents and applications which have already been disclosed, published and filed, right? So your invention will be compared with the patents and applications which have already been filed before you. Maybe after that comparison, the agent or attorney will tell you your invention is not patentable because someone else has filed a similar patent application, or maybe he will say your invention is very, very good and it is available for protection. So before filing the application, you should go for a prior art search. It will cost just 10, 15, 20,000, but you will get a fair understanding about if it is patentable or not. If it is patentable, you get the opinion from the agent, like yes, it's good to go for, then you can draft and file the application.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Recently, we got registration of copyright for one mobile application. All right. My question is where to mention the copyright logo in the app. Everywhere you can mention in the bottom, like this is C encircled, like this is a copyright thing, and everywhere you have to mention. So if you have got the registration for the wireframe, you can put it in all the pages. If you have got any particular page registered or protected, you can put R in that page itself. By both. If I have clarified or you have any further query?
Sir, so my both startup are in that service sector, so it's like I think I can't get that patent. So what I it's like I didn't have an idea. So we created all that platform, and we have our logo, and we have all that services to provide, but it's like we didn't have an idea to how to register and do all that things.
Okay. So first of all, if you have created any platform, you might have given a name to it. So first of all, you go for protection of that name. File the trademark application for that name. Maybe your app has a logo.
Yeah.
Where the name of that app is written in a unique way. So you have to protect that name. Otherwise, what will happen? Someone else, maybe at a later point of time, if it is not available for registration, maybe someone else will start using that. So you have to first file the trademark application for the name and or your logo. Number one. Number two, the code, object code or source code which you have written, which you have developed, you can file the copyright application for that also. Plus, that can also be tried to file as a patent application also after doing the prior art search. So these are the three things which you can do to protect your platform or the app. Rahul, I hope I have answered your query.
Yes, sir. Sir, but it's like if we have our domain, so anybody can't copy our domain. So it's like I have some.
Yes, so if you will protect that name, let's say you have given your domain name. What is your domain name?
Like user.com. We own that, but we didn't publish yet. So, but
what user.com?
So it's like that startup we launched in that Bangalore, because that is the Silicon Valley of India, and it's like in that we are creating a delivery network, intraday delivery network.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for trademark, there is no problem in case of trademark and copyright. Even if you publish, you can file the trademark and copyright application at a later point.
Sir, actually you are not audible. There is something problem.
If you can just mute yourself, Rahul. Okay. So what I am saying, in case of trademark and patent, there is no issue if you will file the application even after the disclosure. Patent is what you cannot get after disclosure. So even if you will disclose your name and everything anywhere, you can still apply for trademark and copyright. All right. So even if you will disclose it, there is no problem. You can still file the trademark and copyright also.
Thank you, sir.
Any further questions?
No, sir. Sir, but for all that registration, should we have to hire some CA or CA firm, or we can?
For IP registrations, you have to engage any IP attorney, any patent or trademark agent or lawyer,
Yeah.
not a CA.
Yes, sir.
Sir, good evening. I have one question.
Yes, yes.
So, will you please throw some light on US patent and Indian patent so that I can understand and how to proceed further for Indian patent? Thank you.
Okay, Deshmukh ji. So if, like I said, if you have an invention, right, and you want to protect that, so if the invention is finalized, you can first file the application in India. आप इंडिया में पहले फाइल कर दें इन्वेंशन पैटेंट एप्लीकेशन को बिफोर द इंडियन पैटेंट ऑफिस. देन यू विल हैव 1 year. आपके पास 1 साल का टाइम होगा टू फाइल द corresponding application in US. Within 1 year, you can file the application in USA because patents are territorial in nature. So आप इंडिया में फाइल करोगे, so your rights will be protected in India only. Anyone else in US, China, Germany, Canada, where you have not filed the application, can copy your invention. So if you have filed the application in India, your invention is protected in India. If you have filed the application in US also, so US is covered. And after filing the Indian application, you will have 2 options. Within 1 year, either you can file the application in your respective country, or within 1 year, you can file a PCT application, Patent Cooperation Treaty application. Then you will get another 18 months to decide the countries of interest. मैं फिर से बताऊं या आप
Yes, sir. Thank you. I understand. समझ में आया सर. Yes.
ओके देशमुख जी, थैंक यू. अगर आपका और कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप रेज कर सकते हैं.
And sir,
No, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, Rahul. Yes, Rahul.
sir. If I wanted to do all that, so how much that will cost? It's like an average.
See, for trademark registration, per trademark registration, there will be a official fee, there will be a professional fee. Per trademark application will cost something 7,000-8,000 rupees in total, and you can get that money reimbursed from the government of India once the trademark is registered. Simple बात ये है कि 4500 रुपए सरकार लेगी और 4 से 5,000 रुपए आपसे एजेंट या लॉयर लेगा फाइल करने का, और 9,000 आपका खर्चा हुआ, और आपको 10,000 तक का स्कोप है जो आपको सरकार से वापस मिल जाता है वापस. पैटेंट ट्रेडमार्क हो गया. फॉर डिजाइन अगेन इट विल कॉस्ट यू अराउंड 7,000-8,000 रुपी, and you can get your design registered. Copyright भी वही 7,000-8,000 rupees में आपका registration हो जाता है. Patent is a bit costlier, wherein first you have to spend the money on prior art search, which will cost you around 15,000-20,000. Then you have to spend money that can be in the range of 20,000-30,000 to get that application, patent application, drafted and filed. So these are some sort of ballpark figure which I can quote as of. थोड़ा सा आइडिया चला आपको कि कितना खर्च होता है?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rahul.
And if I do all that, if I own that copyright and trademarks, I can go to fundraise after that.
Yes, of course. Yes. So if you are in the process of fundraising, going to the investors, so having a slide wherein along with your pitch or along with your business plan and presentation, if you can add a slide wherein you can put all the information about your IP rights. This is the IP I have filed. This is the number. It will give a lot of advantage before the investors, before the if you are going for fundraising activities. Any further question?
Excuse me, sir. Prajwal again.
Yes, Prajwal.
The, I want to know about the thing which is called as open design, open source design. ये फॉरेन में बहुत चल रहा है एक्चुअली. So it's like a company which they disclose the entire process of a design. Suppose you are making a flower pot, so all the tools, everything they will disclose it. But also they put one more line. All the conditions are protected by law also. So how does it work actually? Imagine like you have seen the movie Padman जो देखा है ना आपने, Padman करके अक्षय कुमार का.
जी.
हाँ, so therein he makes different machines for every village. बराबर ना. So I make a design of all the machine drawings, or I put it on the website or publish a book or something.
Right.
तो उसको कैसे लॉ के साथ प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते, like if any harm happens while making that machine, when you are using my designs, it doesn't come under me. It is only because of you, like you are not using proper method to cut the metal or something. वो आपके ऊपर है, तो उसको कैसे हम लोग प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं?
तो सिंपल है, आपने कोई मशीन बनाई, राइट, यू हैव अप्लाइड फॉर आईपी राइट्स फॉर इट और नॉट, दैट डजंट मैटर, बट नाउ यू हैव गिवन rights to public to use your invention, to use your machine and produce the product. If you are making that machine, you are selling that machine to someone else, then liability will be yours depending upon the agreement which you will have with the buyer. But in case you have put it in the public and you have mentioned like this is for public use, if anyone will use it and if there will be any legalities or harm, that person will be solely responsible. So then you will not have the liability. You are getting my point. So I hope your query is in this direction, or you have any different queries?
No sir, that only. अगर ऐसा कुछ हो गया, कुछ by chance accident हो गया और उसने बोला कि उसने मेरा डिजाइन रेफर किया है नेट से, तो मेरे ऊपर केस नहीं आना चाहिए, वैसा बोल रहा हूँ.
नहीं, क्यों आएगा आपके ऊपर? आपसे उसने खरीदा तो नहीं है ना. लेट्स से मैंने एक डिश बनाई, मैंने बोला कि ये 10, 20, 50 इंग्रेडिएंट मिलाओ एंड यू विल गेट अ सुपर हेल्दी फूड, and I have put that dish in the internet. Maybe I have uploaded a video on YouTube, but before that video I have to put a disclaimer like the process or the ingredients or the benefits shared herein are of my own experimentation, and any use, any misuse, or if there will be any side effect of using that, you will be responsible. If someone will be using that and even if he will die, you will not be responsible because you have put in that disclaimer. आप देखते हो वीडियोस, particularly foreign के जो वीडियोस होते हैं YouTube में, before all those any experimentation or maybe even any yoga or exercise videos, आपको disclaimer मिलता है कि आप इस पे अगर कुछ करोगे तो आपको नुकसान होता है. So you have to consult the doctor in case there is any harm. So you will be solely responsible.
Okay sir, thank you very much.
Thank you. Any further question? Okay, all right. So I think if there are no further questions, so
Sir,
we have. Yes, Rahul.
Can you give a short idea about how that procedure?
Which procedure?
It's like if I wanted to patent my work or copyright my work, so it's like where I have to go and what that short idea about that.
It's a simple process. You can approach any attorney like me. You can approach me also, or you can approach any other attorney. You have to share your invention detail and ask him to conduct a prior art search. And then if the prior art search report is positive, you can then go for filing of that patent. You can do it yourself, but you will not be able to do that because it will require a lot of technicalities. So आप किसी भी patent agent को contact कर लो, आप मुझे contact कर लो या किसी और को कर लो, उसको अपनी invention you have to disclose, then he will conduct prior art search and will give his or her opinion. उसके बाद में आप file कर सकते हैं.
Yeah, okay sir. I will message you on LinkedIn.
Yes, yes, sure. So मैंने अपने contact details share कर दिए. Maybe you can drop me an email or maybe you can write on LinkedIn also. All right. So I think if there are no further questions, so we have completed the session before, I think, before the time. So we can then conclude the session. काले जी अगर आप हैं यहाँ पे, so we can even conclude the session or if there are no further questions.
Hello.
Yes, yes, Kishore ji.
Yeah, Jagirdar sir will conclude the session, sir. If you have done with the program, Jagirdar sir would be there from Auto Cluster. He'll be giving vote of thanks, and then we can conclude, sir. Hello.
Yes, yes.
So it is over from your side. Actually, some questions was regarding the Udyam.
Udyam registration, I think that question can be better answered by Abhay ji.
Okay.
हेलो विवेक सिंह जी नमस्कार, मैं जौहरी बात कर रहा हूँ एमएसएमई डेवलपमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट मुंबई।
जी बताएं सर।
अगर उनका कुछ क्वेश्चन अगर बात करते हैं तो मैं कुछ जवाब दे सकता हूँ, और कुछ अगर नहीं भी अगर कुछ मुझे नहीं बताने आया तो मैं उनको बोलूंगा, रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा मेल में भेज दीजिए हमें, सो दैट वी कैन गेट बैक, और कुछ आंसर उनके लिए लायक रहेंगे हम लोग बना के भेज देंगे उनको, क्योंकि उनका क्या प्रॉब्लम है मुझे बताने से अच्छा होगा। हेलो काले सर।
Hello.
हाँ,
How to do the Udyam registration? Who are the who can do the registration? What is
the registration is online registration which is available on champion.gov.in on site, and which is free of cost. champions.gov.in. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
And anything regarding if you have doubt now, you write to us so that we can come back to you, revert back to you.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for your information.
Okay, sir.
Over to Jagirdar sir. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vijay Singh. You have given us very much important in subject of intellectual property rights, IPR, and also thank you MSME Mumbai and VK Patil College, Dr. VP Naik sir, Dr. Professor Sunil Kolhapure sir, and Kale sir, and also all the participants who are joined us this phenomenal subject of this intellectual property rights. So thank you very much. And okay. Over, sir.
Thank you, Vivek ji. Thank you, all the participants.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for the participation. Thank you, Vivek Singh ji. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody, for the session, attending the session. Thank you very much.